So now it's time to start the UVs. And how? We will hide the hyperlink and we'll go to UV editing mode. Now, we will make one texture, 2K, for the body and the teeth and the everything except for the weapon. The weapon will be half of one texture, but later for that. Let's go to the body. Or let's go to the head first. So head will be in one texture with the... I will do this. I will remove the mirror. It will be one texture with the body, but we have to make it first. So let's see what we can separate. We can go to 2, and I pressed 2 by the way, which is not good because it made something horribly wrong. Ah yeah, this is the collections basically when you press it. Now we need only this, okay. Now I will press tab to go to edit mode, then press 2, and now I can start. I can remove this with control. I'm just clicking with control here. I need to cut off the googles. And you will say, but why do you need to cut off the googles? I just decided that this will be the way to go. Cut off the googles and probably the hair from the rest of it. Like this. Here. And this will be the whole cut. So I'll press right mouse button and mark seam. Now, this will be one object and this will be one. I mean here in the UVs. We can do this. Press A. U, unwrap. And you see, we have one object for the hair and this, and the hair should have a little bit more seams because otherwise we'll have issues. We'll have some problems. By the way, here I will add this, a triangle. Probably here will be nice to have one. I'm not sure how this hair will bake, but it will be a interesting thing. Okay, let's add a seam in this area, or better, like this. Mark seam. Yeah, this should spread it a little bit more. This I don't care about that much, but this big thing here, I would add one seam here, and probably one in here. Let's see again. Unwrap. Could be nice. Could be nice. Looks kind of nice. I mean, it's okay, except for this part in here, which is too small, and this, which will be this and this little guys. But we will deal with it. I mean, it will not be a big issue. There, the polygons there, the pixels, it will be pixelated there, definitely. But I think we can handle it pretty well. Now, let's continue. With the eyes, I always separate this and this. I don't know, I just think it's better to separate them. So, mark seam. The nose is okay, this part is okay. Here we may have some issues, so I will make one separation of the whole face from here. Just below the beard. I can make it like this, just the front part. Make seam. This is okay. Cutting. Now I will cut this, this, and this. Probably here too. Okay, I want just with shift. Select them with shift. Cutting them. This one probably I would like to cut all the way through here. And you Mark seam also is a valid option you can do. And then the ear, we have to cut it also. Probably along this line we can cut. Mark seam. Let's press A and U, unwrap. Okay. This is the head, by the way. It looks awful, but it will work. Hopefully. We can go and move some polygons which are overlapping. We shouldn't have overlaps, otherwise it will be bad, definitely. So overlaps are a no-no, or no even. Have to be very careful. By the way, what is this circle here? I'm not sure, but we can find out by just selecting it and then pressing del. And I still, this is the mouth probably. Let me click this little thing in here. So now I will press L. No, this is the one of the eyes. And the mouth is probably this. Yes, this is the inner part of the mouth. So this is the overall head, which is okay. I will rotate it a little bit so it's more like this. And then I will put it here. So how to know that if this is okay? We can add a texture. What is this? Texture. Yes, let's add a new texture and see if we can add not color, but let me see. There were ways to add texture. Okay, this is a texture already. I don't like this particular texture. Source, V image sequence, whatever. Single image, no. Okay, I can delete this. There was a way to add maybe here in the material. Surface. Do we have diffuse, base color? Checker texture. And we have to go to material in the top. We are in material, but we don't see the checker texture. Not sure exactly. Let's assign it. It's not working. Maybe we have to assign it from here. I'm just not super good with this. I mean, it's obviously I'm not the best. This, no. Yeah, I haven't done this too many times. Probably we have to see it in the render view. Yeah, but in this, we have a checker texture. It's here. We can adjust this. I think the size of this checker texture, but I'm not sure exactly how scale. All right, so it's not the best. I mean, it's stretched. It's not very good. This is not. These are not good UVs. I'm sorry. It's not. Or they should go to the UVs. I'm not sure that this checker texture now is going exactly on the UVs, because it's looking strange, but we will see that if I move some piece. No, it's not going to the UVs. That's the problem here with this checker texture. We should make it go to the UVs. Yeah, I've paused the video and tested some things. So from the vector here, we have to choose UVs. Yeah, and basically that's good. Now the scale, you can make it, and that UV is not bad. I mean, how do you know if it's bad or not? You have to have mostly squares, and most squares should be the same size. So as you can see, we have a problem here. This is a very big size square. That's because this is pretty little in the UVs. That's why I will separate this part from here, probably a little bit just like the front part. Maybe this one also is bad here, but we'll see. I'm trying to select only this. I'm not sure if I'm selecting anything, by the way. Okay, let's try again. From here, control through here, control through here and here and here. Probably those I can disable and enable those. And now mark seam. Now we'll have to be able to select only this, but it's not completely taken away from that. It's interesting. I should be able to take it like this, but I'm not. Although it's seam already. Maybe there is a problem with the seam. I don't see the problem. But we'll see. So here I will cut also this. Mark seam. And this should be relatively fine. Also I may cut in here, but no, just here. And now press A and again unwrap. Press G, move it here, and this has to be separated. And it is. It's separated, but still it's not very big. So those squares here on the face have to be as big as those squares here. But since this part, this middle part is not separated, we probably should separate it. Let's try Control plus a couple of times. I want to separate this. So I'll press G and move it and it's separated. And now I'll have to go and do... there was a way. Seams from islands. Yes. And now it has seam. Here it's separated. And I will select only this, press U and unwrap it. And now it's good. Of course I can scale it down a little bit, but it should be this size compared to the others. Around this side. Okay. And the others, I will press everything unwrap. And go here. So this is the face. It took us a while to do it. Control space I will press. Let's go here. This is the... what is this? This is the hair, I think. Whatever. This I will press L. This is the face. I will turn it so it's like this. More visible. And the other parts are the parts of the overall thing. So yeah, we have to kind of position them so they are nice and tidy. I will even position the eye here. Maybe the mouth I can position in some place here. Can tidy them up. And then we will place them somewhere in the texture, but of course not before we start working with the body. Probably they will be this big. I like the head to be the biggest thing. Maybe a little bit smaller, but still pretty big. So I will put it here. Control. And now probably let's go to object mode. Select this. Do we have a mirror modifier? Yes. This we don't have, but we don't need. So I will kind of turn off the mirror modifiers here, and I will connect those with just Shift and this and Control J. And we don't have mirror modifier anymore, we don't need it. The thing is that we have it as one object. It will be not easier to select, but it will be kind of fun. Now I'll select also this, and then we go back to UV editing, and the teeth and the eye and this thing we should do so L, 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 and now unwrap. Now we have the teeth. They don't look so awesome. Let's see. Yeah, as you notice, this texture is showing that we will have a lot of stretching here on the big teeth. So what we can do or should do is, by the way, ZBrush would do this a little bit better. I'm sure. ZBrush is one of the best. No, not Edge Slide, but Mark Seam, and here also. ZBrush is the best UV unwrapping tool ever. And yeah, many people will say, well, how ZBrush? Pff, are you crazy? It is. Whatever, especially for this kind of organic surfaces. It's amazing. Now, I don't know what this is. This particular plane. It's just a plane. It's a plane inside the goggles. Interesting. Too interesting to be true. I'll have to connect it with the others. The other planes. Let me try to do it by selecting this, and then unwrap. Yes. This has been done. Okay, now those guys, here I made the other seams, unwrap. Let's see them again. I'm not sure. It's a little bit better. Yeah, even a lot better, so I think we are okay. Very good, very good, I like it. Hopefully we don't have overlaps, but the most overlaps we will have on the hands. So now we don't have to care about that much. I will make it smaller, put it over here. And now it's time for the body. The body will be the most difficult, of course, to... Oops, not this. The body will be definitely the most difficult thing to retopologize. That's why we will not retopologize. No, of course we will. But first, we have to start from somewhere. And I usually cut out the arms. Then I cut out the hands. And this kind of things. Now, first, let's cut from here. So with Control, I will cut this inner part, of course. I don't see it quite well. I will try it like this. Cut here, here, and then... Okay. And then here. And this will be just a simple cut. Mark seam. Okay, here in the front, I will do kind of the same. Cut. And here I will have to go ahead and try to cut. Although I don't see it very well. But I think that's the way to do it. And yes. So, mark seam. These are the separate objects. Now, I will add a seam in here. It will help it unwrap a little bit better. Now I will add one seam probably in here. Yeah, mark seam. This whole thing, I think I can unwrap it. We'll see if I can really. Here, this will be difficult. As I told you, this chain will be difficult to unwrap. But I'm control clicking here and there just to see if I can handle this. Okay. Now we can go here, and from here we can try to cut all the way here and this until this area. Yes. This will be the whole cut. Hopefully, this whole thing will be cut as a one piece. Mark seam. And let's see if we are able to do it. Unwrap. And yeah, I think it's this. No, it's not. Which is interesting. It should be a one piece, but somewhere it wasn't. Ah, it's here. We have to cut through here also. I forgot that. Okay. Mark seam, press A, U, unwrap. Okay, now it's one piece. But where is it? Ah, it's here, it's this one. Interesting. Okay, we don't care now. This doesn't look perfect. But we will see later how exactly it is. So, go here. We are more interested in the other pieces. So this piece we've done. Now, let's see. This arm is not exactly yet cut. So I will press 2, go here and control here. And I will cut it through this area. Or through this. Yes. Mark seam. And now this arm should be completely separate. So press A, U, unwrap. Let's see. Yes. This is the arm itself. Yes. But of course we have to cut it so it opens. So let me see if I will cut the glove itself. Probably it will be a nice idea. So I will cut until the glove in here, and then I will continue cutting around with control holded. I'm not cutting, I'm just selecting, so. But it will be cutting after we select everything. I cannot see what's happening here. Hopefully from here I can. And now, ladies and gentlemen, mark seam, press A, U, unwrap. And this should be unwrapped pretty nicely. G. Okay, this arm is unwrapped pretty nicely. Now we have the glove. And the glove will never be unwrapped nicely. But we can separate it on upper glove and lower glove. Now I'm starting the separation. Be careful. This is a very fine process. I'm just control clicking and trying to be exactly in the middle of the things. We're doing it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. We're kind of doing it. Amazing. So good. Almost. Here and here. And we are done with the separation of the glove. I think if we mark seam now, press A, U, unwrap, and it should be unwrapped. Yes, it is, and it's almost perfectly unwrapped. Which is good. We have kind of parts of the object already unwrapped, which is nice. I would like to disconnect this arm, maybe from here. I will double click. No. It almost cut it, but it's okay. Here we have, by the way, one polygon here, which we have to... I will mark seam and I will try to... This one, I will need to delete. X faces. There are some faces like this. We have to be careful with them. And there is another face in here, which I cannot exactly catch. But it's visible that we have it. Let me see from this angle. No, it's invisible. Probably it's only some edges. So I will dissolve this edge or just delete this edge. Yeah, let's try dissolve this edge. No. Okay, delete this edge. This is nice. Now I can try other things just to see what happens. Let me show you one trick. I will go to layout mode. I will save this as 36 for now. And I will go to edit mode and then select all bytes rate, non-manifold. And now, wherever we have a problem, it will be orange. Here we have orange problem, as you can see. We have to select this orange problem, X edges, delete it. Now we don't have it, but we have more in other places, so non-manifold. Here you see, this is cut, but we know that it's cut. But here, it shouldn't be cut. So we have an issue here. Let's see. Yes, this is not connected. So I will try to select both of those, press M and connect at center. Now it should be done. Those kind of things can ruin our model, so we have to be careful. Now this arm, I will cut until the glove again from the bottom here, because seams, we try to hide them. Not always can we, but most of the time we try to hide them. And I'm trying now to hide this one. I will even do this. I'm going along the glove. And now mark seam. Now this is completely cut and it's fine. Now I will cut this glove in half. I know it seems like a trick on some magician, but I will be able to do it anyway. Now let's start from the middle of the finger. Control click here, control click here, and end it here. Mark seam, pretty good. Now click in here, control click here, and control click here. In Blender, those selections are pretty fast. Maybe I will go through the lower part in here, just to see what happens. Then to the top. And just with control clicking, we are able to do this. It's pretty interesting how it's doing it. Let's do it from here. And here, let me see, okay. And mark seam. Now, if we press A and U unwrap, and we have the other arm unwrapped, and we should have overlaps already, but we don't have, which means that Blender is a good unwrapping tool. We have some unwraps here, which is great, because we can go ahead and fix it. Just like this. Yeah, it's that easy. I mean, it could lead to some issues, but hopefully it will be okay. Now, we will not fix it yet, because we have more to unwrap. We have the body and the chain and a lot of things to unwrap. So, let's not get too comfortable. Let's continue unwrapping here. So, let's unwrap or just separate this inner part of this collar from the outer part of the collar. Alright, and here I will kind of connect it to this guy like this. Hopefully, this will do nicely. Edge, no. Mark seam, okay. Probably one seam in here will be okay. And this is fine. This will be unwrapped well, but we can come through here and connect, not this one, but up to this point. I'll probably connect also this. And I will go over the entire chain just before the chain is chain. And we'll separate it. And we'll hope for the best. And most of the time the best will be there. Okay. This will separate this whole part with this here. So let's try. Mark seam, press A, U, unwrap. Just to see what happens. Okay, where is this? It's here. And it's completely separated. Looks nice. Good. Good job. Now, the problem parts will be, now we will separate the belt. Let's try that. Now we are separating the belt and the whole belt. Okay. Pretty nice. All right. So, mark seam. Now the belt and the top, I mean this, his belly is separated. The whole torso is separated, so it's fine. We will have some issues here. So I will probably cut from here to here. Mark seam. So it will be easier to just take it away. And most time I cut also from around this area where this arm is, here to here. Mark seam. And now the front part and the back part are almost split, except for this part here, but I will split it here in the back because I want a split. And basically Blender is allowing me to control click some points and they will connect in the shorter way, which is great. I love that. Mark seam. And we'll have the back, the front separate, but the front have a lot of detail. And we'll have to separate that too. So this, by the way, here will be a problem. Probably we'll have to separate that also. And a lot of separation, I told you. I told you. Probably the chain with all these things I will separate. So yeah, so let's start from here, control here, and control here. Then we'll go over the bottle. Yes. And you may wonder, but does this guy knows what he's doing? Kind of. I'm not completely sure what will exactly happen, but I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. Not too much though. Obviously. Now, these things, it will be best if we can kind of separate them a little bit, because they will not unwrap very well if they're inside this. So let's cut through here. I'm just trying to see the best way I can do it. This guy is a little bit difficult because we have a hole in here, which is never a good idea, but I can cut in this area like this. From here to here and mark seam. So now this is fine, it's cut. And we can also make a nice cut through here. Not this one. Alright, I don't care. I will add mark seam in here. And let's see what happens. Unwrap. Okay, so the main problem will be this guy. The others are okay, and the chain. The chain also will be pretty huge issue. Although it's kind of okay, but here in this area, which is, where is this area? Ah, this is here in this part. It's pretty bad, as you can see, pretty bad. So we have to fix this, which will be impossible to fix. That's why we will not fix. No, we will probably fix it. Let's see what is going on now. Mostly it's fine, but let's scale it a little bit up. And here it's we haven't done that yet. Here it's a problem. We have to unwrap it very well. Here we have to unwrap it again. It's not good. Here we could have a lot of issues. Let me increase the size. Okay, yes. You can see that everywhere else the squares are kind of fine. In these areas where the squares are pretty big, we have issues and we have to fix it. Especially the chain. The chain always will be a problem. That's not debatable. It's a very big issue. But we'll have to fix it. This front part of the chain, by the way, I'm kind of amazed. It's fine. It's looking good. But this back part here is... wow. So bad. Let me see. Where exactly is this back part? I can select it like this. Since this will be the most visible part, I can select only the most visible things. Kind of select them as I did now. Come on. And they are here. They're very small in the UVs. That's why we cannot basically do anything. Control plus and Control plus 2 times. Then I will deselect some things that I don't want, which are not from the chain. And now most of the chain is selected, and I can basically try to move it here, and then unwrap it. And it should be better. But it's not. It's amazingly bad again. Yeah, this thing, it's kind of here. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So we have to make seams. If we don't make seams... let's select this and make UV seams from islands. So we have seams, but see how we have holes in here and stuff, which could prove to be a disastrous thing, as you can see. And when we have this kind of holes, I will select some polygons, Control plus, and then separate them. And we may have more, but for now it's okay. Probably this also. And I will have to make them separately. Control plus and move them here. What is this? Okay. Amazing. And now you unwrap. Place here. It looks much better, but this one is very stretched. Because we have to make a seam in here. In here and here. We have to make a seam. Yeah, I know this looks complicated and it's kind of complicated, but we don't have a choice. Seams from islands, unwrap, move here. It looks now much better than before. It looks even perfect. Now, this doesn't look good. This. So I will try again to unwrap those. Unwrap, Now they look pretty good. So it took just a few of those other things to make the others looks good. Now the chain is almost ready. Of course, if you noticed, this overall doesn't look perfect. And also this is very bad because... I don't know, what is this by the way? This is very bad because it's overlapping. Aha. Oh, what are you? Ah, this is... okay. Hopefully it will not be very visible. Okay, I will grab this and try to move it here. Like this, so it's not overlapping. Overlapping polygons are bad because when we bake, it will be a disaster. That's why exactly on those points of overlap. So I'm always trying to kind of unoverlap them. But this will be at the end. Probably we'll have a lot more overlapping parts here. But since we will unwrap more times, we'll see what will happen. So here the chain was the problem, but also the bottles. So I will basically get the bottles, select them, Control plus, and I will kind of separate them from the pack. I will continue to select until I separate the bottles. Basically, we don't want the bottles to be in the same UV island as the rest of the things. Which is okay. We can live with that. And I'm trying to select everything here. It's not easy. Don't think it's easy. It's pretty hard. I think I almost done it. Okay, almost everything is selected except for this one. And now I can basically move it here and seams from islands, and we'll have seam around them. Now I can unwrap only them. G, move it here. And they're kind of okay, but we have to make some cuts. If we don't make some cuts, they will not be okay, obviously. So, I did make some cuts before, but they probably not work very much now because we made another seams. So, here, in order for this to work, I will cut it from here to here. Mark seam. I will cut from here to here. Mark seam. This in the bottom is cut. I think it is okay. But it doesn't seem like it's cut. I think here we have to cut it. I'm pressing 2. And I'm trying to select. Okay. Mark seam. Cannot mark the seam from here. I will try to mark from here. Okay. And let's mark some seams in this area. From here, I will go this, Control, then here, and then through here. Mark seam. And here also I will just mark some seam. Probably I will cut this all the way. It will be for the best. If it's completely separate thing. Mark seam. And now I will select them. Unwrap them. G, move them here. And they are much better. As you can see probably. If I make them smaller, they will be pretty good. Not the best, but not the worst, which is good. Now, this part here, we need to separate it because it's not a problem, not a big issue, but I would like to Control plus it to select it. Select a little bit more. And I will separate only this. So, G, move, seams from islands, and then unwrap. Then S, scale. And it's perfectly unwrapped. We'll see. We'll see, but this seems good. Now, what is this whole thing? Okay, the bottom. So we'll have to continue working on the bottom part. So, it's easy here, since we don't have this kind of complicated stuff. We'll select this, and then, no, I'll select from this area, Control here, Control here, Control here, and all the way to here, here, and here. Now we're cutting Amazing. Then shift this and mark seam. So this will cut out well. From below, I would like to cut again. By the way, here we have a hole, I think. Yes. I don't know, let's see the high poly. Why do we have this kind of a hole? I'll move this. We can always adjust, it's not a problem. Maybe I will make a triangle in here and it will be fine. I'll just do this and press F. And it's fine. We don't care. Now let's select this and control all the way through the other side, which is here. Hopefully we have selected what we want. And mark seam, I think it's marked exactly where we want it. Yes. So you have to have a pretty good 3D orientation to be able to do that. All these things. But I kind of have, which is okay. Now I will cut a seam in here for the belt. We don't care of this. Mark seam. And this back part here, I always like to separate because it always makes issues. So I will mark seam, it will separate. It's fine. So this will be cut in this area, and then here below we can cut it. Let's see if we can. Yes. And then to here. Mark seam. Let's press A and unwrap. And now you see most of the things are with pretty good squares. Most of the squares are the same size, which means that our unwrap is relatively fine. It's not the best, but it's not the worst at all. We don't have too much of this stretching. We have it here on the chain, but let's see, by the way, this chain doesn't look good. And also we have this kind of a very stretched geometries, which we don't want. Yeah, this is the problem. Let's see where this is exactly and why is it so... Wow, we have a mess in here. And those are exactly the messes that we have. Those polygons. By the way, when we have this kind of a messy polygons that are making problems for us, we can just separate them. We can just press G, then press U, unwrap, go here, and I don't know why they are doing this exactly, but we will always have this kind of rebels. They are rebels. Maybe they are, I don't know, let's see. Their face orientation is fine, they're just rebels. I'm telling you. Rebel, no problem, it's okay. We will deal with the rebels. They are not very important for us. But it's interesting, but I cannot exactly... But let me see. Press G. Here I press G from here to here. G. And I don't know, but those things should unwrap pretty well. They don't. They don't unwrap. Yeah, they're always stretched. That's something, but it's good that there are only here those polygons that are stretched, which is kind of fine. Select all by trait, press 2, non-manifold. Aha, yeah, we have a problem in here, probably, but it's not a big problem. Let me see. Yes, so yeah, they are kind of touching each other, which is not so great, obviously, but I don't think we can do something about it. I will leave it like this. We'll see if somebody will scream. Hopefully not. But I'm not betting at it. Maybe somebody will scream. Yeah, I will try to make them better by hand. Like this. But I'm not counting on it. It's fine. I mean, it's looking good. Seems from islands, to be sure. And this is our body. It's almost completely ready, except for the legs. The legs are not ready. So, we have to do the legs, we have to do the weapon. So we have more things to do. And we'll do them in the next video if we can. For now, this will be it. Yeah, UV mapping. Not the best, but not the worst. It's fine. Let's save it as 36, because this is the 36th video. Very good, and goodbye. See you in the next video.